I am an idea person. Yeah, I know. You probably didn't get that at all from listening to me at this point in time. I'm actually one of those people that have ideas coming all the time, just nonstop. In fact, I think I've referenced before my dry erase wall behind me that actually right before I started taping, I had to remember to go erase it so that you didn't see all my scribbles. When I have a new idea or just a random idea or I'm working out a problem, I am bouncing ideas through my head, but visually I need to put them down on paper. As you know, I keep my trusty journal with me all the time. I'm constantly writing in it. And, when I break through with something that we're going to work on, then I sketch it out all over the entire wall. I'm one of those people that needs to think it out and then sketch it out. But when an idea first pops in my head, I have all this excitement, like just total excitement, like can't wait to bring this to fruition. And during those moments, it's euphoric. It's almost like a drug. You feel a little drunk with the excitement of whatever that idea is. Well, at least if you're like me. And so last week I was talking to my podcast manager, Josie, and we were discussing, this concept of, new ideas because we are rolling out several new programs right now. And she and I both have a lot of excitement about it. She's managing the biggest chunk of what we're doing. And it's fun because she's excited, I'm excited, and we have these idea sessions where we feed off of each other. And so I said, what do you think I should talk about for morning motivation next week? And I loved it. She goes, let's talk about this. Let's talk about the fact that, you can have so much energy behind a new idea and you can't wait to see it come to fruition and you jump at it and you start going. And then you realize it's a lot of work. Like, what happened? What happened to the fun and the joy of my enthusiasm once I start plotting through the actual steps it takes to bring that goal, that idea, that dream, that new product, that new service to fruition? And she's right. I mean, it's a lot of work. And the idea part is fun. I can come up with ideas. I wish somebody would just pay me to come up with ideas for them. And, but when it comes to like implementing it, I'm like, well, this is where the rubber meets the road. This is where you really have to work. And not only do you have to work, you have to figure out how to keep your enthusiasm alive, your excitement for the project. You want to keep it fresh. You want to feel like it's something that you want to keep doing every day, especially during those moments where it's a little more exhausting. So I thought, what a great motivation for this week, because this week we officially launch several new initiatives all at once, because that's kind of what I do to my poor team is I say, hey, guess what? We're starting something brand new. It's starting tomorrow. They don't know that in the background, I've had the idea for a while. I've been working it out. I've been vetting it out. And now it's time for me to start putting it into motion. We don't always usually go that fast, though, for me doing that to saying, hey, we're going to start it next Monday. But some things we've been piloting and now it's ready. It's time. It's time to make some of these things happen. So I thought it was a great, point on her part is like, hey, how do you keep the energy alive? Now, so I've got a few points here. I've got 5 of them. But before I share them with you, I'm really going to ask you, if you have not yet subscribed and rated and liked our YouTube channel, please do so. We just hit past the 500 subscriber mark last week. It's an excellent day. We're working towards that 1,000. I think we actually hit 501, but we need more subscribers. So if you like what you're hearing here, please make sure to subscribe and share it with people. Make sure that they know that they can get motivated here as well every Monday and Friday, and on every Wednesday that they can have a Potential Academy video that will help strengthen their professional development. So there's my own commercial. So what are my 5 top tips for how to keep the energy alive and really let it help drive that idea that first got you excited? So number 1, understand and accept that sometimes it's not going to be that fun. You're like, but Michael, I'm here for high energy. I'm here for all this way to keep the energy going. And you want me to just accept the fact that sometimes it's going to suck? Yep. That's what I'm saying, because hard work takes a lot of work. And I think it's important to recognize not only in advance that you're going to have to put in the work, but that The work in and of itself is so important. It can't just be filled with ideas and not do the work behind it. But also to take a moment to recognize that anything worth doing is worth doing as well as you can. And that means with as much focus as you can. You can't always be the cheerleader, but sometimes you have to be the worker bee. But here's my number 2. Find a cheerleader. See, you can't always be the one who is trying to keep the energy alive. Sometimes you're going to need a cheerleader yourself. So who's that cheerleader? Maybe it's somebody else on the team. Maybe it's somebody that, you say, hey, I would just love to give you, some updates about what we're doing and keep you as, current as we are. What do you think of this idea? And if they're really excited about it, they're going to help you not only stay on track, but they're going to give you some kudos along the way. Kind of reminds me of how I've been working on the novel, because about 6 months ago, I asked 30 people to help me read sections of it so I could finish it faster. And one of them asked me the other day why she hadn't seen anything for 3 months. And I said, oops, that's because I hadn't been working on it. So I got back to working on it. She's my cheerleader. She said, I can't wait to find out what happens to the characters. So come on. I'm excited about it. So that's really critical, as you find somebody else that's going to help be your cheerleader in those moments where you're going, wow, this is a lot of work. Why am I keeping up? Why am I working so hard at this? So my third, though, is really about the opportunity to set benchmarks along the way where you can celebrate. So yeah, we are driving towards 1,000 subscribers. So you hit some milestones on YouTube when you hit 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours of your videos during a 12-month period. This is really critical. Why? Because then you actually can monetize your podcast. So we're working very hard to get to 1,000. I think we're doing really great. We've been making incredible progress. But 500 is an amazing milestone. We need to celebrate it. And when we hit 500, I was like, look at that. Let's everybody celebrate. And as we shared it with the team and said, look at how everybody helped contribute to this, we have an opportunity to keep the energy alive. Because along the way, it's a lot of hard work. You got to put in the time. You got to create the videos. You got to upload them. You got to edit them. You got to write the notes so that they try and generate SEO. It's a lot of work in the background. But having those milestones that you celebrate along the way are critically important to keeping your energy high when you're there. Okay, so what's number 4? Now, this is important. Is no matter how great your idea was at the beginning, number 4 is be willing and able to adapt your strategy as needed. Because an idea in the beginning is one thing. An idea in reality is something else. And you're going to hit roadblocks and you're going to hit challenges, or you're going to find out that maybe there's even different opportunities aligned to your goal. So recognize that the best way to achieve it and keep your energy high is realizing that sometimes you may have to change it a little bit and adapt. And that's okay. As we do hit different milestones in our careers and our lives, sometimes you have to take a different path than you thought you were going to take. I bet some of you know what I'm talking about. So what's the 5th goal, or what's the 5th way to keep your energy high when you've set a new goal and you had so much enthusiasm, is take time out to breathe, like Yoga Dog says. Yoga Dog needs to be like my co-host, I think. We're going to work on that. That's another idea. Look at that. I got a new one. Anyway, so you do that. You take time to breathe and daydream. So along the way, when you stop just to reflect on what you're doing and the successes you're already having, chances are you're going to continue to find new ideas and new ways of doing what you're doing, or new ideas that are brand new and something completely different. But it's those moments of reflection, those deep breaths that are in between those moments that allow us for more creativity, either on the current project and idea we're working on, or something completely different. It allows room for those things to come in and keep your energy really high. So as we wrap this up, I just thought, Josie had a really great point, because everything that we've been working for as a company the last 6 months, especially, many, many wonderful things are coming to fruition. But it's been a lot of work. Everybody has worked really, really hard. And along the way, we don't want to lose sight of the fact that the end result is amazing. But let's also pat ourselves on the back for all the work that we put in to this point. And as we reach those milestones, we celebrate them, we recognize them, we find our cheerleaders, we keep cheerleading each other, cheerlead for somebody else, that needs it. We're willing to adapt, understand that that's important, and that we take that time to not only celebrate the benchmarks, but breathe and allow that time to reflect and daydream more. We will have success like none other. So that's what's motivating me this week. Remember again to please subscribe to our YouTube channel, share it with somebody that you think will benefit from it, because we want to keep growing and we need to keep the energy alive. You guys are our cheerleaders in this. Have a great week.